Welcome to the channel, Infinite Exploit, where we learn and have fun. Let's get started and Brody, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys.
Of course, we want to go over the command line. So why should we command? So in this course, we want to go over the command line. So why should we care about the command line? Well, it's faster than clicking around. You can automate tasks, and you can make it easy to do things. And you don't have to be a hacker to use command line. So we're gonna go ahead and get our feet wet and get started. So we'll do Windows R. We'll do CMD. Type that in, and then enter, and then voila, we're in the command line. So we're gonna go ahead and let's try to list files. So we'll do that with dir, and that lists files and directories. So if you see dir, that means a directory, and directory is basically a folder, you guys. So what if I want to go into one of those folders? I can do cd, which is change directory, and I can do des, and I can hit tab to autocomplete it. So now I'm in the desktop. So if I do dir, you can see I have different files here, and these are the files on my desktop. So this is the graphical user interface, right? This is where you click and you have buttons and everything looks pretty. But we're going to be strictly command line. So let me go ahead and make this bigger for you. Now, what if we want to read text to the file? Like, what if I want to read what one of these scripts say, or the PowerShell script say? So, for example, what if I want to read fork.bat, which is a fork gun? I do type fork.bat, and it reads out the code for what it does, right? Now, what if I wanted to make a folder, right? What if I want to make a folder? Then I can do mkdir, that's make directory, that's what it's short for, and I can call it folder. So if I do dir now, as you can see, I have a directory called folder, and I can go into that directory, right? And nothing's in there because we just made it. Let's go back. So we can go back by doing cd dot dot. That's changing the directory. That's going back a directory. Okay. So what we're gonna do is let's say we do not like that folder. What if we don't want it? Right? What if we want to remove it? So I can do rmdir remove directory, and then it's gone. So if I do dir, it's no longer there. Right? So let's go over some more file operations. Now I can also delete. I can use the delete keyword. So what if I wanted to make something? So I can make a file. I could say echo. This is like typing. This is printing information to the screen. I can do echo. This is a test, and I can use this arrow here to redirect that output into a text file, or it can be whatever file type that you want, HTML, CSV, whatever. But I'm doing text file for right now. I'm gonna call it test.txt. And if I do dir, you can see I have a test.txt right here. And let's type out the contents. It say this is a test, right? And I can delete this file by doing del test.txt. That's deleting a file. So if I do dir now, it's no longer there. You don't see it anywhere on there. You can also move files with the move command, and you can copy files with copy, right? So you can have it in a different location, right? Now, what if I wanted to do this? What if I go up? I can type up to go back to the previous commands. So if I want to create it again, and we'll go dir, you see it's back here, and let's type it out so you can see what's in it. What if I want to add text to that? Then I can use echo. This is a test 2. This is what I want to add to it. I want to add this is a test 2. And I just do another 4 arrow. And this is appending. So this is adding text to the file. So now, if let me clear screen with clear. I mean CLS. I'm sorry. And I see my test files there. It looks like it's a little bit larger in size right now. So if I do type that tst, all right, you see I have a new line with the added text. All right. So what if we want to define information? So what if I wanted to find the word test in that text file? So I can look for it like this. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's case sensitive, but we'll test. We'll check it. Then it'll say that yes, those are where that word is. So that's the find command, right? I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about using sfc scan now, and this scans your file system for corrupt files, right? It's a full system scan. Now, these commands I just showed you, these are internal commands, right? What if we want to do an external command? I'll give you an example of that. So I open up a new command prompt. External command would be something like Notepad, and it pops up Notepad for me, right? And I can do tech. I could do a type keywords in there. Also, I could ping. Like if I wanted to ping Google, that's an external command. So what I just showed you was internal commands, right? Now we're going to talk about some more commands, but we can do networking commands now. Okay, let's talk about some networking commands. So like we said, ping is one of them. I can ping this. Kill that. I can do netstat. That shows different connections that I have on a network. So I can do art. Look at MAC addresses, right? and I can do list disk, and I can see what type of disk I have, storage space, right? I can also, if I exit here, right, and let's go dir again. What if I want to make a folder here? I can do make directory, and I can call it test folder, right? And I can do dir, and I see the test folder there. What if I want to rename it? Then I can do ren, that's stand for rename, and I want to do it new folder. I'm gonna do test folder, and I'm gonna do new folder. That's what I want to rename it to. So if I do dir, you see it's called new folder now, right? We also can use the attrip attribute command, right? And this is the look at attributes of a file. So for example, what if I wanted to look at what's hidden? What if I want to change attributes? What if I wanted to make that folder hidden? And I can go plus H plus S plus R, new folder, dir. Now you don't see it, but it's still there. So how can I see it? Then I can go up and I can do minus, 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 and then dir, and you see it again. So if you want to see the date, say date, right? You want to see time, say time, right? So I can enter a time, I can enter a date. So I want to say 03, 02, 03, 02, 2025, right? If I say time, it's telling me the new time, right? And I can enter a new time as well. I can also encrypt. So if I do dir, and what if I want to encrypt that new folder? I can do cipher /e, new folder. All right, and then say it's encrypted, right? I can also look at my history. So I can do dosky /history, and it shows commands I previously ran, right? So a lot of times attackers will use commands like this to enumerate on the system. And enumeration is just finding and gathering information that can help them in their process of exploiting a machine. Now, I can also change the color. So if I do color, well, let's say help color. I got different colors. I can do gray, blue, green, aqua. So if I did color C, it'd be red, right? If I do color, I want to go back to white. So that's color 7, right? Now, these are some basic commands. I can also use net wlan start and stop, and I can do show profiles, and this is show my hotspots or wireless networks that I have access to, right? That I've connected to. I can even see the key, the password. So these are things that threat actors will use to gather information on your system. They might use WMIC. That's an instrumentation center that is basically used to gather information about your computer as well. So you can use information like, you can get to information like system info, which is a command as well. Um, so I can also do this, ASSO, and I can look at what a file is. So if I still got a new folder there, well, let me see if I have a file here. Go to desktop, and I do SSO, fork.bat. It's not recognizing that file extension. So let's do warning.bbs. It's not recognizing that file extension, but it should recognize test.txt. That's a basic file type, right? Yeah, so it's not recognizing that one either. But that would be one you can use to see what type of file you're dealing with there, right? Another utility that is used is certutil. So, for example, this can be considered malware. I can do certutil, and I can do -hash file, and this command is used to verify certificates, but it's also going to be used to transfer files and get information. So I'm going to do fork.bat, I'm going to do SHA-256, and I'm going to do hash.txt is what I want to output it into. So if I do dir, I can do type hash.txt. It did the hash. It's going to give me the hash value of that file. And what a SOC analyst or cybersecurity analyst might do is take that hash value and run it through OSINT tools like VirusTotal to determine if it's malicious and find a file signature against multiple security vendors. So I'm going to give you an example really quick. So not now. VirusTotal. They probably want me to create an account. I think they just did a new update, but hopefully it'll let me run it right quick so I can show you what I wanted to show you. I put it in there too many times. All right, let's run it. It said don't have any comments that match my search there. And a lot of times when you're crafting your own malware, or which is malicious software, then sometimes it won't have any file signatures available because it hasn't seen it before, right? And we didn't find any integrity violations, which is good. So Another thing I want to go over with you is I wanted to also go over net users. This shows the users on the system. You got Cipher, Neo. You also can do net local group administrators, and this is show everyone that's in the administrator group. Only Cipher, right? And administrator, that admins, right? Yep. So those are things, basic commands that you will use in command prompt. It's a ton more. It's a lot more you can do with it. This is a basic quick run through.